In this video, I will tell you tips and tricks to help you navigate life challenges, which means that I will be talking about managing tough individuals with a calm and cheerful attitude. Whether you're dealing with a difficult coworker or demanding boss or a stubborn family member, maintaining a positive attitude can go a long way in helping you diffuse the situation. So let's get started. Tip number 1. Do not take it personally when dealing with a tough individual. It's very important to remember that their behavior is not a reflection of you. They may be dealing with their own personal struggles or having some kind of stress which you may not, which you are not aware of, and which is why they are behaving in this manner. So by not taking their behavior personally, you can approach the situation with a more level head and calm demeanor. Let's take one example. Let's say you have a corporate client who is known for being demanding and difficult to work with. So, and despite your best efforts to meet their needs and deliver excellent services, that client is unhappy. And during a meeting, the client starts criticizing your team's work, pointing out perceived flaws, and expressing their disappointment. So rather than reacting defensively or becoming upset, you take a deep breath, remind yourself not to take it personally. You maintain a composed and professional demeanor throughout the conversation, actively listening to their concerns and acknowledgement, to their frustrations. So instead of taking their behavior personally, you choose to approach the situation in a more professional way, with a more composed behavior. You respond by asking open-ended questions to gain a deeper understanding on their expectations and concerns on that specific issues which they're facing. So by demonstrating empathy and actively listening, you can seek a solutions which is beneficial for both the parties. Tip number 2, empathy. Empathy is when you understand the other party, when you put yourself in their shoe and then understand the problem. So when managing tough individuals, it's very, very important to put yourself in their shoe and try to understand their perspective. This can help you find a common ground to build a more positive relationship. Let's take one example. If you are a family member who's always seemed to be in a bad mood, try to understand why they are behaving, why he or she is behaving that way. Maybe they're dealing with a stressful situation at work or struggling with a personal issue. You put yourself in their shoe and then understand the situation. Then you will be able to understand it, in a better way, that why they are behaving in this manner. So by showing compassion and actively listening to their concern, you can create a supportive environment and foster a stronger connections within your family. And your understanding and support can make a significant difference in their well-being. Tip number 3. Remain calm when dealing with tough individuals. It is very, very important, because what happens that, often emotions can escalate the situation and make it harder to find a solution. Take a deep breath and try to approach the situation with a level head. Stay focused on the issue and avoid getting sidetracked by personal attacks or insults. Remember, you cannot control the behavior of others, but you can control your own behavior and your own reactions. Okay? And you can help to diffuse the situation and tensions and work towards a positive outcome for everybody. Let's take example. Imagine you are a teacher dealing with a student who often displays disruptive behavior and frequently gets into argument with classmates. So instead of allowing their behavior to trigger an emotional response, you make a conscious effort to remain calm and composed. So rather than engaging in a back and forth argument, you choose to handle the problem calmly and firmly. You keep a polite tone and bring the conversation back to the topic at hand. And you also acknowledge the student's point of view and stress how important it is to have respectful dialogue. Tip number 4. Practice active listening when dealing with difficult individuals is very, very important. which means that not only hearing the words being spoken, you also understand, the emotions and motivation behind them. Try to put yourself in their shoe and see the situation from their point of view. Show empathy and validate their feelings, even if you don't necessarily agree with them. By active listening, you can demonstrate that you respect their point of view and you are willing to work towards a solution which is satisfactory for all the parties involved. Let's take an example. During a class discussion, the student disrupt and challenges the ideas of their peers. So rather than shutting them down or ignoring their input, you actively listen to their perspective. You provide them with your full attention, maintaining your eye contact and showing genuine interest in their thoughts and opinion. So by actively listening, you convey that their voice is valued and that their contributions are very, very important. You refrain from dismissing their ideas and you give them full opportunity to express themselves completely. Once the student shows that you have listened to them attentively and respected their viewpoint, you then address their concerns and questions and offering explanations or alternative perspective where appropriate. So by doing that, you create a supportive environment where students feel heard and respected. This can lead to increased engagement and cooperation, and as they realize that their voice matters in the classroom. So active listening helps to establish a positive teacher-students relationship and encourages a more productive and inclusive learning experience. This is all for today's video. I really hope that these tips and tricks will help you handle difficult individuals with more confidence and ease. Remember, it is very important to remain calm and composed and communicate effectively and show empathy towards others. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.